Welcome back to Titans Sports, bringing you the best coverage of Cal State Fullerton athletics. I'm Amanda Garcia.
And I'm Alex Esparza. Amanda, I gotta tell you, I was tired just walking to the studio today.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know who isn't tired is the women's cross-country team. The Titans broke into the top 25 rankings this week, getting spotted at 13 by the U.S. Track and Field and Cross-Country Coaches Association poll. Junior Samantha Huerta earned individual honors when she was named the Big West Cross Country Runner of the Week. She set the school record in the 5K with a time of 17 minutes and 3.4 seconds at the UCR Highlander Invite. Huerta finished third overall and the top collegiate finisher, and helped the Titans to a dominant team title with 29 points and 6 runners, finishing in the top 12. Leading the men's cross-country team was Sam Pimentel with an 8K time of 24 minutes and 44.4 seconds. Good enough for 7th overall. The Titans look forward to hosting the last invite of their season here at Cal State Fullerton on Friday evening.
While we were studying for midterms last week, the men's soccer team was putting in work on the field.
Yeah, goalkeeper Paul-Andre Guerin was named Defensive Player of the Week, and Samuel Goni was named Offensive Player of the Week. It is the first time in the history of the program that the Titans win both Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week in the same week.
It was also the team's senior night last week, too. We sent our very own Brandy Flores to get to know more about some of the seniors.
Cal State Fullerton recently played in their last home match of what could be for the season, pending on what's going to happen if they make it to the Big West tournament. For seniors Ross McPhee, Samuel Goni, and Robert Coronado, this could be it for the season for them.
It's been an honor, honestly, playing on this stadium right here. A lot of people don't get a chance to play in the stadium, so I want to make sure that when I play on the pitch, and as well as our teammates, that we put in all 100% effort. I hope it's not our last game. Hopefully with the win and with our momentum, we could still play another few more games there. But I think we did a good job so far of playing our hardest, working for each other in order to get more games in. Over the years, we've just gotten to know each other really well. So once we play, it's like Ross and myself, as well as Goni, I don't even need to look where they're at. I already know that they're gonna be there. I get the ball to them and they should know where other players are at. So it's just getting to know each other well and having that bond.
It's bittersweet, 4 years, you're gonna be here for 4 years and then it's time to move on. You're kind of ready to move on as such. You don't want to be here forever, but of course it's always sad to be the last game. Leaving behind teammates and everything, and it's hard, but you're so excited to move on.
When I'm on the field, I don't think about anything from the other side. So the first time I thought about it is when we went in the interview after the game, they told me, it could be your last game. I said, I didn't realize that until I guess we won't play anymore. Every moment we have as teammates to travel, everything. I don't think we appreciate it yet because we're still living the moment, but I think it's some things that we will appreciate in the future. Having people from different countries, different cultures, that we have the opportunity to get together here and travel all around the country, go in hotels, bus, fly together. I think it's a blessing.
You've really got to try and play every game and as hard as you can, and 4 years do go by very fast.
I think this team can achieve way more than we've done. I think, yes, conference is the first step. I think this team is built to win a national championship, and that's our goal. For me, if we leave this school as a senior with getting at least in the Final Four or something like that, it would be like a failure. I think we have talent to achieve that, and that's what we're going to work hard for.
The Big West tournament will be at the end of the month, and we will see if the Titans can make it to the top again. This is Brandy Flores reporting for Titan Sports.
Wednesday night, the men's soccer team suffered a huge loss, falling to UC Irvine by the score of 2-1 in double overtime. This was the team's 9th overtime game of the season. Mark Hernandez scored the lone goal for the Titans in the 39th minute. The good news for Fullerton is that CSUF lost to UC Riverside, so the Titans remain tied for second place with the Matadors. If Fullerton stays in the top 4, they'll qualify for the Big West tournament.
Men's golf traveled to Simi Valley and took second place at the Bill Cullum Invitational. It was the Titans' best finish in their young season. They finished with a score of 13 under, par 851, first-year transfer Jack Dyer finished the Invitational in 6th place with a score of 5 under par 211. The Titans were also helped by Dalton Daniel, who finished tied in 10th place with a score of 2 under par 214. This is Daniel's second top 10 finish in his last 2 tournaments.
Want to stay updated on the most recent stories and rumors in professional sports? Well, don't worry, because Titan Sports has you covered.
Up next, we have Brandy and Ashling with What the Tusk. Take it away, ladies.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to the best segment on this show. Or wait, I'm sorry, was that just being a little bit braggy, or should I just be happy that they wanted us back to do it a second time?
Probably happy that they're back to have us do it a second time.
All right, it's fine. My producers, I'm sorry. But let's get updated on what's going on outside of Cal State Fullerton. Did you see what's going on with Money Mayweather and how he's hitting up Khabib, saying that he wants to come out of his retirement to do a fight, and McGregor round 2?
Dude, okay. First of all, I think this is going to be a money-making deal. Honestly, I think that all this UFC show stuff is like, they have like meetings and talk to each other and like, who's going to call out who next? Let's get this money. Like, I really think it's all a show. I saw that Floyd Money Mayweather tweeted at MGM calling them out, saying that he was ready for a fight. But I don't know. They're both undefeated in their respective sports, so I think it would be interesting to see. But I guess my question would be, are they going to be in the ring or are they going to be in the octagon?
Well, McGregor was in the ring, so that means Mayweather would have to go in the octagon, but I really don't think he's going to do it, honestly.
I think it would be super rough if they ended up in the octagon. I don't know.
Mayweather would get a money beat down is what would happen.
Honestly, I think I would agree. At that point, Khabib for sure, Mayweather, take him down. Khabib, absolutely. McGregor and Mayweather in an octagon, I don't know. McGregor hasn't really been winning that much of his fights, but I think that what he does know how to do is put on a show.
Definitely. That's one thing he's really good at. Well, speaking of McGregor, the internet was trolling him when he attempted to throw a football as a special guest last week in the Dallas Cowboys football game on Sunday. When I say attempted, I mean attempted. Check out this video of him trying to throw a football.
There was a Twitter moment created about the incident, and I was dying laughing. This man is absolutely amazing at creating a show, and the one thing that this man can't do besides win a fight is throw a football. And I'm not very athletic, B, but I would put my life savings down that I could throw a football better than Conor McGregor.
That is saying something.
The Big Baller brand toned it down a little for their latest shoe release. They dropped the price in their next pair available by 60%.
Girl, I saw Lonzo Ball covering up his Big Baller brand tattoo after the NBA reminded him that he isn't allowed to promote brands on his bodies, and the new shoes have gone down to $200, making them comparable to Air Jordans. Now, do we see him straying away from the Big Baller brand, or while his old family is in Lithuania?
Honestly, I don't really know, but what I do know is that the Zoe 2s had cost $495 and up to $695 for the bigger sizes.
Wow.
And if I was paying almost $500 for Big Baller brand shoes, LeVar Ball better be behind me yelling at me while I run. Like, I also feel bad for people who have a bigger size foot and had to pay that much more money for those shoes.
Well,
like,
it's the
that's
same
ridiculous.
thing. Yeah, well, it's the same thing if you buy extra larger shirts or like dresses and stuff. Sometimes online, like they have to pay extra, which is discrimination, but that's another issue for another time. And now it's time to address what shook the internet this past week, and that was Drake and Migos' LA stop of their concert tour. If you stalk Champagne Papi on social media like I do, then you probably know that he just so happens to be really good friends with the new king of LA, LeBron James. And last Saturday, Drake brought out the king during the performance of the song Sicko Mode with surprise guest Travis Scott. But what the heck was he doing? I mean, they didn't even give the man a mic. I mean, okay, I get it. It's not his song, but he was jumping around so awkwardly.
Honestly, I was really surprised at how awkward he is because he's such a cool guy. Like,
And an athlete.
Yeah, and he's very cultured. Like, he's a very cultured guy. Like, he seems like he'd be super cool. Like, if I was hanging out with him, like, I'd be like, yeah, like, let's hang out. But he was so awkward.
Yeah, so one, you wouldn't hang out with him anymore because that was just awful.
Yeah, now I don't want to.
And they kind of just singled him out because there was nothing on stage to distract him. It was just the artist and him.
Yeah.
And how embarrassing. In front of Travis Scott,
Like, I would honestly be mortified.
I would too. Honestly, I saw a tweet that said he looked like an oversized Tyler, the Creator, and I just about lost it. The way that he was dressed and everything, down to a T. He really did.
That was his moment. He tried to shine. Didn't work out.
I don't know.
We still love you, Braun.
We do. King of LA. All right, y'all, that's all we have for you this week. Make sure you're keeping up with what the Tusk is going on. We'll see you next time. Michael, what do you have for us?
Thanks, ladies. I'm Michael Patterson, and this is In Case You Missed It. Let's take a look back at a few games from Titan Athletics this past week. Men's soccer had back-to-back shutout victories last week as they played their final home games of the season against Cal Poly and Sacramento State. Unfortunately, they couldn't maintain the winning streak as they lost to UC Irvine Wednesday night. On the women's side of soccer, they have lost back-to-back games by the score of 2-1 against CSUN and UC Davis, respectively. The men's cross-country team finished the UCR Highlander Invite in second place, while the women took first place at the tournament overall. To the green now, where the women's golf team tied for 5th overall on the first day of the Pat Lesser Harbottle Invitational in Lakewood, Washington. They finished off the second day in 5th place. Men's golf traveled to Simi Valley, where they ended up placing second in the 2-day-long Bill Cullum Invitational. 3 Titans finished in the top 15 of the tournament. On to the hardwood now. Women's volleyball is still in a bit of a slump, losing their last 4 games against UC Riverside, UC Irvine, UC Davis, and Long Beach State. And finally, women's tennis team competed in a 3-day-long invitational at USC. They picked up 12 wins over the entire Women of Troy Invitational. Want to continue sporting the Titans? We have Eduardo Hernandez with the Titan Timeline to let you know when the next games are. Eduardo?
Thanks, Michael. Let's look at some games that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. Men's soccer will hit the road for their next 3 matches. On October 20th, they will head north to face UC Davis, and on the 27th, they will take on UC Riverside in their final season game with a playoff appearance on the line. Women's soccer will also be away in their next game. They will face UC Santa Barbara on the 19th. They will then travel back home for a 2-game homestand against Cal Poly and UC Irvine, which will be their fan appreciation night and their senior night. They'll wrap up the regular season with traveling across the Pacific to face Hawaii. Women's volleyball will attempt to cut their 14-game losing streak at home against Hawaii on Saturday, October 20th. That night, the team will also give post-game autographs and free t-shirts to first 100 students. Men's golf will travel to the Aloha State to compete in the Warrior Princeville Mackay Invitational between October 28th and 30th. This will be the last invitational the men's golf team for the fall season. Going over to the women's golf team, they will compete in the UC Irvine Invitational on Monday, October 29th and Tuesday, October 30th. This will also be their last competition for the fall season. Heading off to sunny San Diego, women's tennis are competing in the ITA Western Regionals. The competition started Thursday, October 18th, and is going to be played until Monday, October 22nd. Finishing off with cross country, the Titan Invite will take place Friday, October 19th at 5 p.m. This will be the Titans' last competition before they compete in the Big West Championship on Saturday, October 27th. That's all the upcoming games I have for you today. Back to the ladies at the desk.
Thanks, Eduardo. Well, Alex, what do you think about Cal State Fullerton's very own alumni and NLCS?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the series. Justin Turner had a rocky game 1, but I think he redeemed himself game 2 and game 5.
Yeah, we'll see what's to come with the rest of the series. So, well, folks, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to our 3rd episode.
You can catch our past episodes and game highlight packages on our Titan Sports YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CSUF Titan Sports, and like us on Facebook to stay connected with us.
On behalf of Titan Sports, I'm Alex Esparza.
And I'm Amanda Garcia. Remember to keep those tests up, and we'll see you guys next time.